So let me take you through this journey of our trading agent that we have built in this hackathon. Okay, so let's start from basic sign in. So we also have simple or Google sign up as like normal websites. Okay, so this is our dashboard. A dashboard is nothing but a summary of all the things that's happening around, right? So you basically have your holdings, like the things which user have bought. So we have bought some things using this particular user. The market movers, which are basically changing the market at this particular moment. Next, you have sector split, like how many stocks are behaving as per a particular sector. Next, recent orders of the particular user. Next, you have recent main market news. We'll go into detail of all these sections which are coming from some other sources. Yeah. So firstly, you have explore. So explore, like as you can see, it has top gainers, like the maximum stock things. You have top losers and all those things. Top movers, the maximum changers, and all stocks. So the main thing is you have market news here. Okay, so let's say if you want to know about a specific stock in detail. So we just simply click on it. So this gives the variation of the stock in the past. So now let's now bring some AI into the picture. So let's say if I want to know that why this day was the way it is. Why is it low or why is it high? So I can simply click on this particular dot and get AI insights about it. Now this AI is basically using the data around it as well as some news of that day to identify that what can be the major reason of the way that stock is. This is what many of the recent famous applications like Grow lags. Yeah, so it gives that why it happened and how is it getting there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can next you can buy or sell that stock. It will get added to your list of those things. I won't show that. The next you have here this. Now this is generate all 70 forecasts. So basically you want to know the future now. So after analyzing the present, the only thing that you want to know is the future. Now for that we use ML obviously, right? So we have trained our own machine learning model which uses news as well as the past price records to predict the future. So now it's internally using a machine learning model called Mamba, which is the state-of-the-art model for sequence analysis. Let's say if you want to know the future based upon a past in a data which has a sequence, then we use Mamba. Next, we have a BERT for converting uh, news into embedding. So BERT is like a text embedding model. So we combine all these things to produce the output. It is being trained. It has been trained, and the ML models are deployed on Hugging Face. So they are like our own trained models for this particular hackathon. Okay, so you have two kinds of graphs here, line and candle as well. Yeah, so nothing more in this section. Similar stocks. Yeah. Next comes the portfolio. So this is the portfolio of our present user. So like the value over time, it's based upon how much he has earned over past days and all. So total value, role investment, and all these things. So the next main machine learning model. So we have basically a reinforcement learning based model which is trained here. It is supposed to give user the action plan, like what he should do in the future, which stock he should buy or not. Now, how is it trained? It's trained based upon stock data of around 10 to 11 stock variation over past years, and in the result, it returns an array of giving a score of plus or minus some number to every stock, which tells the user that what benefit he can get if he buys a particular stock. It's trained upon textual data like leadership, emotions, or other qualities related to a particular company, as well as numeric data. This reinforcement learning agent can predict things. Next, we have a AI layer. So obviously, like the output that is given by a machine learning model is very complex to understand. That is why we add a AI layer to make it easy for users. The top buyers and top sells, like what he should buy currently and what he should sell if he has bought anything which should be sold at this particular moment. So next comes our main feature, which is the smart graph. So now what is this graph? This graph is basically a rendering tool which combines the three most important things shaping a stock industry. That is company, product, as well as the news. So any stock data is very hard to understand, right? The best way is to realize the relationships between the main components involved. So this basically, so we have it's a knowledge graph having three different kinds of nodes. Amazon, these are like company nodes. Then you have news nodes. So this small square boxes represent the news. Okay. Next you have the product nodes. These triangles represent the products. Okay, let's say banks and all. Like not just the products, like things which companies relate to, like products, like groceries and like food eatables products and all those things. So it tells like how things connect. Now, how are these edges being made? These edges are being made by mainly two things. One is the stock data. So we are calculating various statistical parameters like correlation and other parameters to understand how the stock of two companies behaved. Let's say if the stock of two companies increased in the past at the same pace, you have a high correlation. That's how statistically it's calculated. And then, so now how are we getting to know if a company is related to a news or not? For that, we use an LLM. So basically, LLM is supposed to take 50 recent news, identify some core shaping news among them, and tell which news relates to which company or to which product. That is how we are handling this. Like connecting different nodes. Yeah, so these are the correlations. Like so JPM relates to Apple by this particular correlation. And so these numbers are nothing but stock tickets, so not like the short forms for the company names. So let's say if we want to add a new company, let's say MA. So it's like the Mastercard Incorporations, a pretty famous, decently famous company. So the graph will start building. So now it will understand the connection of this particular company with all the other companies present in the graph itself. Yeah, so it will take some time. It's using some various graph traversal algorithms to understand it. So meanwhile, we can understand another main feature that is our AI. So now this AI chatbot is different from the previous one I showed to you. So this chatbot basically have the information about this graph. So it has different tools which connect to the graph itself. For example, if I ask him like this only, tell me about Apple's correlations. So now what this does is that it look at this graph, it understand the different correlations, different edges which are linked to Apple, the parameters that are being used, the statistics which is being used here, and gives an output. So it have different tools which connects with the graph itself. For example, searching tool, querying tool, then you have edge traversal, yeah, and many more things, so that you can give a good information about the stock based upon this graph itself. So two things are happening currently. It's building as well, and the AI is thinking as well. Yeah, so it takes time because both call graph traversal algorithms. It is analyzing this graph which is being rendered in Neo4j currently. You can also decide which connections to show or not show. You can just show positive one only or correlations only to understand some more specific. Yeah, so the graph has been rebuilt. So we asked to add MA, right? Yeah, so it should have added MA somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, so MA is added here. Yeah. So we can see the connection of this with the other nodes as we wanted to. Yeah, you can add multiple nodes and all. Yeah, so it also gives the output here. So it's analyzing different nodes which are connecting to the Apple. So Apple is connected to a JP, uh, Alphabet, Visa, and all these things. And also it's giving the correlation. Correlation, Pearson correlation, and Superman correlation. They're like two statistical terms which are used here. Yeah, so this is all about this graph. Yeah, so the next main thing is transactions. So yeah, this is simply a kind of a dashboard for user to learn about his transactions of past. So if you buy a stock from the previous explore region, it will just get added here, and you can just deposit or withdraw something if you want to, withdraw transaction if you want to. Yeah, all these things just add-ons to user experience. So the next main thing is news. So what we're doing currently here is that we are fetching like 50 to 100 news, and then we use a LLM model to understand which news are actually affecting the market, like which might have a chance of affecting the market, right? So now the affection can be positive, negative, or neutral, right? So then we have trained our own machine learning model to give us a label to every news. Like, let me see here. So for this, we use like a basic semantic classifier machine learning model, like as we fine tune finance BERT for the same. Next, you have watch list. You can add different stocks here to analyze them as time goes on. Yeah, so we have different modes here, light mode. Yeah, you can have a chatbot directly from here as well. So you can open on every any page. So let's say if I want to know about transactions, news, anything, I can just open a chatbot and I can talk to it. Yeah, so that's all about our project. I hope you liked it and if you think it can revolutionize the way stock and trading happens.